So I'm going to be bringing you some benchmarks of the GTX 1070 reference with GTA 5 at ultra/max settings. Now, everything is maxed out apart from the MSAA and reflection MSAA, just quite frankly because when you put that onto the times 8 it really kills the frame rate and you don't really see realistically any change. So that's on times 4 as well as the reflection MSAA, and everything else is completely maxed out. All sliders are to the max, and all the quality settings are set to ultra or very high for the ones that don't go to ultra. So yeah, everything's completely maxed out. Shadows are on softest, and then the AF is at times 16. As for the advanced graphics, everything is on, and all the sliders again to the right hand side. So let's get into it. Frame rate counter is at the top right using good old fraps. In general, the frame rate seems to be around 60 to 80 FPS. Very smooth in the city. When you do leave the city, FPS does go up, same as in Need for Speed 2016. But apart from that, you do get really good frame rates with the 1070. It really does allow you to play at a 1440p resolution, even with a lot of the settings still at the high kind of settings. So yeah, it's quite a good card, the 1070, and overall playing at 1080p you're going to have no problems playing really any games. As for 1440p you can play, well, many, and then you can try and push 4K on some titles, although I would kind of recommend picking up another 1070 or getting a 1080 for 4K gameplay. Such a shame. One thing that does kind of destroy the frame rate, well, not destroy the frame rate, but bring it down, is all of the trees and all the foliage and stuff and the grass. So that does bring it down, especially now you're seeing that the frame rate's in 40s to 50s, just simply because there's a load of trees and all that kind of stuff. To run MSAA on that, yeah, it does take quite a bit of GPU horsepower, so yeah, you'll see not as many frames when there's a load of trees and stuff like that about. But in the city with loads of buildings, surprisingly the FPS does seem to be a little higher. And I will say also that during the night, frame rate again seems to be a little bit lower than what it is during the day. But if you want more FPS, you can simply turn the settings up, and if you want to see how GTA 5 runs at very high settings opposed to complete max like this video showing, I do have another video on my channel showing that. As you can see now I'm entering the city. Even though it's going to render out a lot of buildings, the FPS has increased to like 80, so yeah, pretty surprising. Getting very high frame rates down here at 90, so yeah, pretty nice. And as you face the city again, it goes down a little bit. But overall, very nice, very high frame rates. Just going to go into that waypoint now. That's the one. So I thought I'd learn something about the performance of the GTX 1070.